They're all so gorgeous and beautiful, but of course, we need to get to know them deeper. So our first question is for Pageant. Hi! So Pageant, you are also a pageant title holder, a model, and a medical student. Wow! How do you juggle everything? How do you juggle everything?
Well, for those who don't know, I am actually a senior biology student. At the same time, I run and post for a living. I juggle everything because it's my passion. I model because I get to see new things, I get to meet new friends, and I get to discover a lot. But at the same time, I study and hopefully I'll be able to proceed to medical school next year. It's because ever since I was young, I've always wanted to become a doctor. I've always been fascinated with science, and thus I think that is mainly the reason why I am able to juggle both things.
Yes, passion. Yes, that is right. And of course, we want to open the floor for questions from the media for, of course, Pageant. If you do have a question, yes. We have a few people raising their hands, and we will hand the mic to you. Our ushers will hand the mic to you. And I hope you can introduce yourself and the organization you're from.
Hi, Bernadette. I'm Adam CHINATOWN. Hey, Adam G. I would like to ask, as the host has already said, you're a pageant title holder. What makes you different this time around now that you're here in Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines?
What makes me different this time is that I came here with a purpose, and that is to discover my Chinoy self. I grew up with a single Filipino mother. I've been with my dad. I've met him a few times. I've met him. I've celebrated Chinese New Year with him. But this time, I wanted to discover my Chinoy self. I wanted to know more about our tradition, our culture, and I think that is one of the reasons why what makes it different this time. Because this time, I have a purpose, and that purpose is for myself.
All right. We have another question. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hello, Pageant. This is Jason Cappuccino, Sanchez and Scripts. I just want to ask you, because the Miss Chinatown title has become like a platform for pageant girls to achieve bigger and go to bigger national pageants later on. Do you think that after your stay here at Chinatown, what lessons would you carry on in this experience that you would bring to another future possible national competition?
Well, during the pageant just started, but I have learned so many things, not just from everyone, but also from my co-candidates. They have taught me these values, and these values that I have instilled within me is something that I will bring on the bigger stage, hopefully in the future, and hopefully I can be able to bring the name of the organization in the bigger stage. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you once again to Pageant. Thank you. All right. Our next candidate, Karina. Hi, Karina.
Hello.
So in one of the articles in the MMCP Instagram post, you said that you wanted to bring color in the life of cancer patients through art. Can you tell us how you started to be an advocate for this?
I want actually to tell a story why I wore this pin right here. And it's actually Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And my mom, being a breast cancer survivor, it led me to open my eyes to see the struggles, the challenges of a loved one dealing with cancer. And I believe that, and I reflected on how can I make a change, on how can I be of service to other people by using my creativity. And that's why I advocate by adding colors through the lives of children with cancer. And I'm a proud supporter of Kite Foundation. And in this new generation, I believe that this is our social responsibility to be of service to other people. And by this small ripple of change, it can make a wave.
Yes, that is right. Small things can make big changes.
Yes.
Yes. And of course, we want to accommodate questions from the press for Karina. If you do have a question, please feel free to raise your hand. Yes? All right. I think do we have questions from our press? Yes, go ahead, sir.
Hello, Karina.
Hello.
This is a long question, so you have to pay attention. So I expect a long answer. All right. In this day and age when millennials and Gen Zs are taking over in terms of trends in technology, lifestyle, and even on how to explain why the peso is weak just because the dollar is strong. What is the role of someone like you, a modern Chinoy? What is the unique role that you share in this time and age?
I believe that the Chinoy value of being resilient and adapting is very important, especially in this time of pandemic. We actually discovered so many things just because of pandemic. And I believe in this new generation, being resilient will help us make a difference in this world.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your question. Yes, we have another question. Go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Franz Ivan from Mars, France. You look beautiful.
Thank you so much.
My question is, what is your definition of this word? Pretty hurts.
Can you repeat it?
What is your definition of this word? Pretty hurts.
Pretty, the definition of pretty
Pretty perks is hurt. Hurts. Pretty hurts. Yes, go ahead.
pretty hurts. Actually, joining this pageant is not a glitz and glam. We actually, all of our co-candidates actually practice, work hard. Our foot was very bruised actually. But one thing for sure is that we have the beauty inside of us and beauty outside. And I believe that beauty can be hurtful, but it also can make us beautiful every day.
Thank you so much, Karina. Thank you. And you know, it's all glitz and glamour, but behind that is a lot of hard work. Thank you so much, Karina. Up next, we have Chanel. Hi.
Hi. Good afternoon, everyone.
Chanel, you are part of the cheering squad of Ateneo. So what are the practices and values that you learned there that you were actually able to apply here in the pageant?
The practices and values. Well, I've been a cheerleader for 4 years in college, and throughout those 4 years, I was in rigorous training. So I would train. There were times I would train every day, twice a day. There were times where it was 3 times a week, and then on top of that, I would have to attend basketball games and cheer for halftimes, cheer for the whole game. So it was really a test of endurance. It was really a test of willpower. And if there was anything I learned in the past 4 years that I was in college cheer, it was that I can manage my time better, and now that after college, I'm able to apply that as well. And then I also learned perseverance, because nothing comes easy. So, you know how a lot of things you think that, oh, we can just easily do that. Performing, you think it's so easy to do, but honestly, behind all of that, there's a lot of practice, and you need willpower and the mental capacity to be able to say that, no, I can do it. And that's something that I've picked up along the way, and that's something that I'm bringing forward here. Even now in Miss Chinatown, everything I've learned through the past 4 years I was in college cheer, it's something that I was able to apply here right now.
Very well said, Chanel. Okay, of course, we have questions from the press. We have one over there. Yes? Can we hand the mic, of course? Courtesy of our usher. Yes, we have a question over here. Go ahead, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Tita Lavinia. I'm from Tita's of Pageantry. Hello.
Hi!
So every time we have presentations like this, we always ask about the things that you've learned during the pandemic or right after the pandemic. Now I want to ask you, what are the things that you realized were unimportant during the time of the height of the pandemic up until now that we are starting to recover?
Okay. Well, thank you actually for asking that, because the past 2 years of the pandemic is a season in my life that's very life-changing. As you all may know or may not know yet, and I posted about it in the Miss Chinatown page that in the past 2 years I was actually diagnosed with lupus.
So it was very life-changing, and it was something that sort of gave a halt in my life. But at the same time, it was also a time for me to change up a bit about my life, make a difference to myself. I'm all about change, and I'm all about learning. So after this happened to me, I told myself that, hey, it's not the end. I can do something about it. And just like in the pandemic, you know how we all believe that, hey, the world is coming to an end, or what's gonna happen to all of us. But the best thing to do is not to overwhelm yourself. Take it one day at a time. Take it one step at a time. Learn, study, know about yourself, know about the people around you, how you could spend more time, spend quality time with everyone around you, and try to make a difference from that. You know, change yourself, change what you do, and then make it reflect around everyone around you. And eventually, it's going to reflect with everything you do. Your advocacy, to what you want to do, to how far you want to reach out to the community as well.
Alright, wow, thank you. Yes, go ahead.
Hi, Chanel. Jason again from Sassy Scripts here. A British study recently named Ateneo as the #1 university here in the Philippines.
Yes.
So I would just like to ask, what value that you've learned in Ateneo that you think you can bring into the competition with Miss Chinatown?
First of all, I'm very proud to have been a graduate of Ateneo de Manila University. It's very much a privilege. I know that not everybody gets the privilege of being able to study here, and it wasn't easy being able to study in Ateneo, and it was really by God's grace and hard work that I was able to do it. Now, I'm sorry, against your name. Question again. Oh, what values I've learned? So for the values that I've learned, actually there's so many, so many, but the top of mind for me is the word magis. So magis isn't a common word. It's magis just means that you're doing something, but you make it even better. Doing more than what you're already doing. And I guess that's something that we can apply in everything that we do. So for example, like standing here, I can just stand here and just talk, but I wanted to go more. So I would choose to interact or think of a way for me to make myself more presentable. Or for example, if I'm going to study, I'm going to work hard, but it doesn't just end there. How will I apply this in my everyday life? So me, I was a comm graduate, so how can I make a difference through who I am and through, for example, my career? So right now, I would also teach little kids part-time and teach Mandarin. How will I make it even more interesting for them to learn? And so that in reflection, when they see me wanting to do more than what I already do, they would also learn to love to do more as well.
Thank you, Chanel. Teach by example.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, up next we have Jersey May. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
So Jersey, you are one of the shortest candidates here in MMCP. Do you think pageants should actually remove height requirements already?
As you can see, I am the shortest among these gorgeous ladies, but that didn't stop me for being who I am. And actually, I think that pageants shouldn't have height requirements, not just pageants, but any industry. And because that is because height doesn't matter, and not just height, also the weight doesn't matter. What matters most is showcasing who you really are and show the best and show your best.
You? And of course, I'm sure we have a lot of media guests curious. Go ahead.
Girl, hi. I'm Ash from Pageantology 101. So my question, what was the hardest sacrifice you had to make for this competition?
What the sacrifice I had to make is my time. So after the trainings, after the sponsor events, I always have to go home and I don't have much time for my family. And if actually after the events, I always have to make time, no matter how tired I was. Of course, with all the makeups and with all the events. So I always make sure to bond with my sisters, to ask them how their day went, and not just my sisters, but also most especially my parents, to show them my appreciation because they supported me a lot on this pageant. Thank you.
Of course, we have another question over there. Go ahead, sir.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, good afternoon, Jersey. So my name is Franz Rodriguez from Pageant Philippines, and you look beautiful and adorable.
Thank you so much.
So I just wanted to ask Jersey, what really makes you feel tall among your fellow candidates?
So actually, as I said earlier, I'm the shortest and my heels is actually 5 inches already. But then it doesn't show, right? But then what I keep in mind is I have to show who I am despite all the hype. And what I always make sure is I have the confidence. I have the confidence and I always put in my mind that I am beautiful and not just pretty or beautiful, but also I want to help the people and not just by words, but also with actions. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jersey. I must say, your confidence is probably one of the tallest out of all the candidates. Thank you so much, Jersey. Up next, we have Nicole. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, everyone.
So, Nicole, from ballet classes to boxing sessions up to fashion school, you were encouraged to engage and experiment on what you like. How do you face stereotypes as a woman since you engage in not just women-centered activities?
Being able to express my desires or having the opportunity to express so many different things. So I can try anything and everything under the sun. So I embody the masculine and the feminine side of things. So with the modernity of what is now and what we have, that girls are not just subject to a stereotype anymore and guys aren't, so we can actually cross roles. And that is what's brilliant, because with the time that we have now and the information that is out there, I really do believe that we can be anything of anything, and I am the very essence of that.
That's good to hear. Okay, we have a question over there. Good afternoon, sir. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. I'm Paolo from Pageant International. You look so gorgeous.
Thank you.
And my question is, what are the criteria and characteristics being Chinoy for you to win the title or to win this pageant, Mr. and Miss China?
I really do believe that because we have age limits for most of the pageants except for this year. I'm 28 years old and I'm proud of that. And I feel like there's a little bit of lack of representation in that end. So I really do feel I embody a certain experience. I have corporate experience. I have freelancing experience. I'm a model, but I'm also a global marketing consultant. So with all of those things together, and also being a model myself, being very creative and very entrepreneurial, I do think these things combined, which is the very essence of modern Chinoy, that is what I want to showcase. Because I'm not just the only one. We have a voice, and being in this pageant, meeting my fellow candidates, we're actually all that. And it's not something that we hear of very often. And that is something that makes me super different, and that's why I believe I can win.
Yes, I love the confidence. Yes. Okay, next question, sir.
Hi, Nicole. I'm Jay Pataw for Malaya Business Insight. Yes, my question for you is, you are mobile, and you also do so many things in the corporate and everything else, sports. So, how has your confidence been boosted by joining Mr. and Miss CHINATOWN 2022?
Okay, so my confidence, I believe that I built it up from a certain time. I wasn't super confident before, and being encouraged to try new things and learning by doing on the spot, like being able to pose or being in uncomfortable situations, just a little bit to get out of my shell. That built my confidence. Because I'm fairly active and I know that I'm very into fitness and health and all of those things. I really do feel that with all the information, we can be equipped with all of these information of balance, of nutrition, how to be healthy, how to at the same time have a corporate life and at the same time have a passion for something that's creative. Because not all things creative can be profitable, sadly. But I am showing people that that can be done. You just have to time manage. I know it's difficult, but we can do it. And that's what I encourage people. We have to chase the passions of our life because that's what makes life beautiful.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move forward to the next batch of Miss Chinatown Philippines 2022 candidates. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start our Q&A once again, starting with Lovely. Hi, Lovely. Lovely is actually a Chinoy living in Baguio, that's right? So what impact does the Chinese community make in Baguio?
So, as a Chinay in Baguio City, there's actually no difference being a Chinoy in Baguio City and a Chinoy here in Manila. It's just that we wear jackets more often because it's colder. So yes, as I was saying, Baguio City is a mixing bowl, and as a modern Chinoy in Baguio City, we greatly blend in. And it is known that there are a lot of Chinese business-owned establishment there, but we don't impose that as our presence. Rather, we use that to make it work with the communities and to provide opportunities and to share our culture with the locals as we learn from them as well. So I'm really proud to be a Chinoy and to represent a city where we embrace all cultures in all forms with open arms.
And wearing a jacket at that. All right, let's accommodate some questions from the media. Yes, hello.
Hey Lovey, it's Christian from the Crown Philippines. Good afternoon. So you may have already spent enough time to get to know the other candidates already by this time. So if you're going to share a dim sum with any one of them, who would it be with and why?
A dim sum? Oh, my favorite. If I could choose, I would have the dim sum to myself. Now, if I were to choose a dim sum, it would be my roommate, Virginia, because she's the first person that I became close with. But if I had the opportunity to piece the dim sum into 20, I would share it to everybody.
Yes. And next question. Yes, feel free to ask a question, sir.
Hi, has anybody told you that it actually looked like Maxine Medina in Miss Universe Philippines?
Yes, actually, yes, a lot. I don't see it, but when I covered it, I think I look like Maxine Manina, but you know, I want to be lovely character.
Thank you.
All right. Do we have? I think that's it. Do we have more questions? No, that's we're only allowed 2 questions per candidate. So thank you so much, Lovely. Thank you. And next we have Christine. Hi, Christine. Hello. So you actually told our staff that joining MMCB is totally uncharacteristic of you. So how did you finally find the courage to join? Who inspired and motivated you?
I think that before joining this pageant, I was very filled with self-doubt and I was insecure and had low self-confidence. But this pageant allowed me to bring out a new side of myself. I was able to gain confidence in myself, which proves by standing here today. And also aside from this, I was able to realize that I can be part of something that is bigger than myself. And with this, I believe that I am ready to conquer the world and inspire everyone here today.
Thank you, Christine. Yes, we have someone raising his hand over there. Could we hand a mic to him? Yes. Hi, sir.
Hi, Christine. Good afternoon. This is Jay from Pageant Trend. And my question for you is, what makes you an empowered Chinoy?
I think what makes me an empowered Chinoy is my kindness and me being down to earth and very relatable, because oftentimes it is very common for little girls to be shy, and I think that what being here today is empowering, that I am able to step out of my comfort zone, face my fears, and show the world that it is possible to step out of your comfort zone and inspire so many people to bring out the confidence and the best in themselves.
Alright, thank you so much.
Thank you. And one more question. We can accommodate one more question, of course, for Christine. Feel free to raise your hand. Of course, we want to get to know our candidates a little bit deeper. Yes, we have the mic over there. Feel free to ask questions, of course, for our candidate, Christine of San Juan.
Raise your hand, Elsa.
Hello, I'm Celso for the Star Blogger. Can you enlighten us on the documentary Chinese by Blood, Filipino by Heart, which you did with the other candidates?
Yes, okay. So the documentary that is actually premiering tonight is basically about how we are able to embody both the Chinese and Filipino cultures. So being Chinese and Filipino by blood is such an honor. It's such an honor to be able to embody both of these cultures. And as a Chinese, I was able to learn how to be very hardworking, and as a Filipino, I am able to be very helpful. So if you combine these two together, if we are able to be hardworking and have a lot of resources, we will be able to help so much people. And I think that's what being Chinoy is about, and that is what being Chinese and Filipino by blood promotes. Thank you!
Thank you so much, Christine! And of course, our guests can have a special preview of this first episode, docu-episode, tonight. Up next, Mercedes. Hi, Mercedes! Hello!
Hi, good afternoon.
So, Mercedes, I heard you have quite a tight relationship with your mother. So, what characteristics or traits did you learn from your mother?
Definitely resilience and independent and self-reliant. Growing up with my mom, she is a single mom, and then she raised me to be who I am today, and I have so much respect for her and all the single moms and our single parents out there. And also, why I mentioned resilience, because she actually has experienced some health issues. But she handled it pretty well by looking at things at a bright side, and I take that a lot of respect from her because she taught me how to be a resilient woman as well.
And I'm sure your mom is so proud of you right now. Okay, we can accommodate questions. Go ahead, sir.
This is Tito Norman from norman.com. We at the Pageant Press, we all know that you have crossed over from a big national pageant to Miss CHINATOWN Philippines. So what is the difference of the Pilipini Mercedes to the Chinay Mercedes?
The reason why I joined Mr. and Miss CHINATOWN Philippines is because this is a pageant I feel connected the most, and growing up in Hong Kong and having a Filipino mom, I believe that I can appreciate the virtues of the Chinese culture and at the same time have the heart of a Filipina, and I appreciate that this pageant embraces both culture and appreciate and promote them.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Hi, Mars.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I know that you joined beauty pageant because it gives you a platform to champion your advocacies. Would it be okay if you could share to us your advocacy?
Sure, definitely. My advocacy revolves around education. Growing up in Hong Kong, I was fortunate to learn multiple languages. I studied Cantonese, English, Mandarin, and my mom taught me Tagalog and Bisaya. And knowing all these languages benefited me in many different ways, and I would want to inspire the youth to be multilingual and to have appreciation of language, learning different languages, because I believe it would open doors for them to achieve their goals and dreams.
Follow-up question. Would you say I love you in that different language?
Okay. Cantonese, ngõ nei. Mandarin, mo ai ni. English, I love you all. And then, mahal kita. Ikaw ang,
Gugma ko.
You're my heart. Actually, in Bisaya, we always like just speak English also. So,
Gigugma.
Ibok.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Seriously, maraming salamat. Ibang language. Thank you so much, Mercedes. Up next, we have Chumaine. Hi, Chumaine. So, Chumaine, you're juggling two things at the same time, of course, joining this pageant and studying as well. How do you find the motivation to do all these things?
So I think because I'm a really passionate person ever since I was young. So everything that I do, I really just want to give my 110%. So since I already started on this journey of Miss Chinatown, I want to see it to the end. And as for my studies, I feel like it's the hard work of my parents. That's why I'm able to study, and this is a tribute to them.
Thank you, Chumaine. Okay, of course, questions from our guests. Hello.
Good afternoon, Chumaine. Based on your bio data, you always try new things. Is your goal? I'm going now to ask you, after this pageant, what new thing would you like to try?
So the new thing that I would try after this pageant is testing for law school. That's my plan, and because I'm studying legal management now, and it's something that I see in my near future, and I know law school is hard. All of my senior friends are saying, oh my gosh, law school is a challenge. But then when you ask them, why do you go to law school? And they say it's fulfilling, they have a drive, and I want to be like them. So that's what it is.
Hopefully the future attorney, Chumaine, right? Next question, please.
Trumaine, hi. How did you get your name? May meaning ba yung Trumaine?
Actually, no. I think because my dad is a very, very creative person. So, there are 4 of us siblings. The first 2, they have like more common names. And starting with my second brother, I guess he just got inspired and just say, okay, I'm gonna call them Chloe and Tremaine. So I think because of my name, I like to feel more unique. Like I am not afraid to step out of my zone because I'm already unique from my name. So let's be unique all together.
Thank you so much, Chumaine. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, Lorraine. Hi, Lorraine.
Hello.
So, Lorraine, you are actually very passionate about volunteerism and social work. Can you tell us more about it?
When I was in college, I was part of Center for Social Concern and Action. And one of our main activities is the For the Kids, which is a mini Olympics for children with special needs. And currently, I have been active with an independent organization called the CHINATOWN PHILIPPINES, wherein we organize drives and events for people from vulnerable communities. In fact, one of my favorite recent activities is when we visited the boys' town in Marikina City. People would often think that an orphanage is gloomy and sad, but in that place, I saw the most cheerful and heartwarming children. Because whenever I have free time, I make sure to give time. Because I know that the most important thing we could give anyone is our time.
All right. We're opening the floor for questions. Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Lorraine. Good afternoon. I am Tita Lavinia of Titas of Pageantry. First of all, I'd like to say that you look absolutely stunning. You look expensive. Even the folks on live are commenting about how polished you look. My question is about fashion and the depiction of Chinese culture. Chinese culture has been there for thousands of years. And nowadays, when we talk about ethnicity and how it is portrayed in fashions, we have to be even more careful. I'd like to know your take about Chinese culture being pulled and used for fashion editorials, for images. Are you more sensitive about it, or are you open about the whole idea?
I am a model myself. So whenever they ask me to wear clothes, I always make sure that I embody the clothes that I am wearing. Because for me, it is not just a costume. National costumes or attires from costumes, they're not just something that we can play with. So my advice to my fellow models would be, every time we are asked to wear cultural costumes, cultural attires, we have to make sure that we know what we are representing. Because that's how we are here tonight, as we represent the Chinoy community.
Next question.
Thank you for that. Hi, Mars Lorraine. Nice finally meeting you right now. Mars, what is your thought with regards to this question? Who sacrifices a lot? Male or female?
For me, males and females are equal. And we all have sacrifices. We all have made sacrifices in our own different ways. My mother has sacrificed her time, her body, her hard work for us. And my dad has sacrificed his work, his career. He spent every day of his life being a Chinese medicine practitioner. And he has helped a lot of people. And for me, they are both equally important and loving.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Lorraine. And a big round of applause, please, for our Miss Chinatown Philippines